intentionally online forever. It's like, this is like literally no different for me. Like for me, it's like anyone can look this up. I thought this was gonna be like some little stupid.
Ready for launch.
Well done. Bullshit wins. Flawless victory.
30 years younger than her. They stayed married for 55 years, and he was right there at her deathbed.
How old was she and how old was he?
He was, I think, 20, 21, and she was...
Here, throw that equal rights amendment up there, and we're all equal, and draft us all.
So, I just want to make sure I get this right. Right now, you agree that nobody can be drafted.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Wait, can I ask you a question? If there was nothing in the bill, and the title of the bill was purely
don't put your feelings involved, it's not going to be a fair fight. You need to get a massive advantage, ruthlessly get a massive advantage, and you'll win.
Literally, you're a target, and people assume so much stuff out of you. People assume you're a bitch. People assume you're dumb. People assume all this shit, and you have to go.
Look. That's why I'm like, I don't understand why you guys say playing games, because like, okay, say I hold out for like 3 weeks, you feel me? And it's like, okay, and then you eventually.
But you didn't have anything to say because you just wanted to interrupt to hear the sound of your own voice, which is what I've been saying the whole night. A lot of y'all have been making nonsensical comments that have nothing to do with the conversation just to hear yourself speak.
Be like, I did not live a real fucking life. And it's gonna be the saddest thing in the fucking world. When you're old and you're gonna realize that's great, but when you're chasing around fucking Cartier bracelets and not real life.
That. It comes to me.
Testosterone is only going... So your inference is that testosterone equals violence?
I think that it can. Yeah, I think that there's...
Okay. So can estrogen. So it's like... Even that would just be a really poor example, ultimately.
We have Brian Rookard. Women are already protected. The 14th Amendment already provides equal protection. Married women's property acts were passed in 1830. All right, he's on team 30.
It's really amazing because there actually are really compelling arguments against the age gap argument. But the people who feel...
Absolute clown behavior. Speaking of Ricochet, they previously banned over 65,000 accounts. Swag's new account was shadow banned.
The other things that I said, but yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What do you mean, what?
All right, you want a guy who makes $1 million a month? We're just asking simply.
Are also still not equal with trans women. They're still not equal with trans women.
Because they're men. Trans men are men.
Wait, hang on. If that's true, right, then how come they don't have to sign up for selective?
Because women are retarded and think that men and women could be friends a lot of the times.
No, a lot of the time. Not everybody thinks the same way. Not especially if you're in a relationship. You're not gonna...
Uh-oh. Let's try again with Grammarly.
The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States by any state.
One of the first things I would teach my son is that empathy is not going to matter. You should not expect empathy from anybody in your life, because nobody is going to come save you.
Yep.
Nobody is coming. So if you sit with you in a place, he has to like underneath you when he has to have you.
Would you not be like scared she would just go find somebody like else once you teach her?
To women, identify as women, yes.
Why do they have to transition? Why couldn't they just identify?
Then they're women. They're whatever point they are. If they're a woman, then they're a woman.
Then it's equal.
Great.
I feel like I feel like, but what if it doesn't cross his mind until one day you offer it? How about he never had that intention to smash you, but
That's always our intention. And I'll tell you why. Because women are...
There's a couple reasons there. One, a guy...
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
I run Xbox! I run it!
I decided to reach out to Swag for some answers, but the Nuke Squad house were not accepting help. So I called them.
Remember who show this is, but you log on and start the show every day.
No, right now, I'm going to see you in the, talk for about 2 hours right now. The chat is saying you're stupid. Like, you've been saying stupid shit, and you said you've been saying stupid shit, so...
I've been in a relationship. I'm like the best girlfriend ever. Like, I'm funny, I'm entertaining, I cook, I clean, I get them into shape.
I can just get a hooker.
Low-key, no one will listen to a woman speak unless she has like a name behind her, unless she has a credibility, a huge credibility behind
Which is
her.
earned.
She has to prove herself.
Yeah.
Way.
Of course he's irritated because he has to be patient with you in order for the show to flow. So stop saying stupid shit, and the show will flow.
Do you agree with me that there's plenty of women who like to be manipulated and controlled?
Or a younger woman like
Some
older men 'cause
dynamics.
they're
I think that
more
that's a very, very.
Why? Because it's a representation of you.
Incredible.
And your long-lasting
Can't
image.
be real, bro. Again, like what he said before. Like, I try to not be as mean as Myron, but the reality of the situation is
Now, to do that, she's going to have to find a very strong, confident man that can be a leader. And he's going to have to be so strong that he's going to be able to have to keep her in his frame. And most oftentimes, not a popular thing to say, but adopt.
Friend of mine, so
well,
I
you know what? Thank you, bro, for being who you are.
Maybe he's bisexual though.
I don't know. As far as I know, he likes
Shout to you, man, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. And you broke up with him? No, what about the other guy?
The other guy, 24/7. I was literally with him all the
You
time.
broke up with him.
I couldn't stand the fucking baby mama. It was ridiculous. Like I fucking.
That I understand.
I can't do
That I
babies.
guess
That
tough.
I learned wanting to cheat and not
Looks are
wanting
different. I'm
multiple
never going to judge a
partners.
person for their
I'm
money
sorry,
they
but
make,
that's not
ever.
real
I don't care if a
love.
girl makes $0 or if she makes $1 trillion.
No, I
Doesn't matter to
said
me.
fat and ugly, brother, not broke.
What about ambition?
Fat
You don't
and
want
Change
to
your
with
personality. If
ambition?
she's fat and ugly, maybe. You know.
No.
Then hang on,
always
hang on.
the case,
Then
but-
I would expect to see those relationships work out more.
Yeah, they would.
Why? They don't. They
Because-
work. There's no significant deviation between the people. Wait,
Well,
hold
may
on.
I?
Hold on.
Because she explained what the bill was, but you never gave your explanation to what this means. So I keep wanting to know what do you mean this bill? Like, what is it to you? Like, what?
Was intimidated. We're not intimidated. We have preference. I personally don't like pickles. Because I don't like pickles doesn't mean I'm intimidated by pickles. It's just a fucking preference that I have.
Yeah.
So what happens
because she has
She's not a
could
better
have
partner because she's younger. She's just
less
easier
baggage. She
to
didn't let me-
manipulate. That's genuinely a thing that happens.
I could actually
What
make.
are you asking for? What do we not
But-
get that you think we should get?
Bodily autonomy.
Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But okay, so it's my view though that you're saying, well, we don't have this.
Warning or anything. Like you bought it for Kyle.
Oh, you bought a fucking brace for Kyle? I would have
Yes.
never guessed. Of course you did.
Okay.
That's what good friends do.
Dude,
That's not true.
well,
Don't-
you're,
you
but
don't have
I'm
to
saying,
make
are you basing it off of like this, right? Are you basing it off a guy who's gonna buy you these necklaces and these materialistic shit that don't even matter?
You were eager to speak a second ago. I just want to make sure he spoke first because that's who was
Nah,
asked
he
to.
explained it. I'm good now.
What are the red flags that you would tell about a
Tell to your
girl?
daughter?
Like yeah,
Hold on,
like
hold on,
Okay, so we'll talk fresh
So
18s.
young woman means
What does
adult,
fresh
18 and
18
over.
mean?
They just turned 18.
So what? Can they vote?
Yes, but your brain
Yes.
is not fully developed.
Then why are
until
you voting?
25.
Then why are you voting?
The red. Can I butt in real quick with the red flag thing?
Yeah.
Because I if I have a niece or female that
Yes.
I work with or whatever, and I want to give her some advice because about what's going on.
I'm not
All
alive.
right, so what's the bare minimum? Answer the question, please. What's the number? And then we'll go on the table with the But
That makes a year
yes, or you can say monthly, whatever you prefer.
monthly.
Why are you so single?
Missionary?
Plenty of
I was
guys.
only single. I've only been single like
we're right there.
since August. I haven't been single that long.
Okay. What about you? And minimum for you. So you said 30K per year. What about you?
I just
24 only on Discovery Plus. Limited time offer.
He makes him look like a high-level man.
say less. I
You
just
see what
I
I'm
just wanted to
saying?
understand
Like,
what
so she
table.
can. So if everybody, so a lot of times men get judged off their woman.
Mm-hmm.
So if you,
I'll
Yeah.
go fuck.
That too. So I have a harder advantage. Kind of like he's trying to put in his kids. My dad put that in me, and maybe he didn't want me to. What are you? I'm saying I'm basically.
explain to her how the world works and try to help her create competencies that gave her choice. But with the way the world is going right now, I would explain.
Retarded and not that fun to hang out with.
Do you have guy friends?
Yes.
There you go.
If you're not smart enough or competent enough or experienced enough to make a decision about who you want to sleep with, regardless of their age.
I don't have kids yet, right? And I think that like having kids with a man, that's literally like the ultimate level of
soul connection, you know?
No. What else? Anything else you want to ask about?
My God, you're so precious.
So I'm not gonna lie.
What's up?
You're cute.
I'm not even mad. You know, she would get mad at me about some chicks. I said, you're going to have a harder time replacing me than I have replacing you.
Anything else that would tangibly change if the ERA was passed for women?
No.
Okay. So then, wow, big. And almost 2,000 over there on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube,
Jivanik donated $200. Ask her how she feels about violence.
women are equal, but you made the claim women aren't constitutionally equal, so the burden is on you to articulate how women aren't
They're
constitutionally
literally so better with their fucking life.
Whoa.
They become domestic abusers. I'm not kidding. They hate themselves.
You
They hate
what?
themselves.
No.
They're so mean and they're insecure.
bill that is named and called entitled the Equal Rights Amendment. Ergo, we don't have equal rights because a bill that is titled the Equal Rights.
Teen women fresh into the dating scene getting taken advantage of by 30-year-olds.
How do you know
That
they're
is
getting-
so
What evidence do you have that they're getting taken advantage of? Is it simply by virtue?
Diatribes, and we'll just stick with the one. Can you actually make a moral argument for why it would be wrong for a 30-year-old man to date an 18-year-old girl if they both consent to it?
No, it's like a red flag.
But he gets my mind. He gets me to like 24/7 with him, and
24/7?
I
Damn.
24/7. Yeah,
That's annoying,
literally
though.
24/7.
I go crazy,
bro.
You're yapping? Yeah.
Is that a checkmate?
That's it, yeah. There's
Yeah.
nowhere to go with
All right, Navy Darkstar, thank you for the gift of 10 subs. Yeah, I'm a
6-year-old going for an 18-year-old is predatory and problematic. However, that is a big issue that I do see often. I do see a lot of women, young women,
No, hold on, real quick. You were really like enthusiastic about answering the question a second ago. You answered it. Now, do you have anything to add to it? I'm gonna give you a chance to say something.
You know, like pornography and like no man is gonna marry. Like, yes, there are men that will marry women that do pornography, but you were also talking about how there's a lot of men that are judgmental of it.
Then, are you gonna be okay with him having multiple women then?
Oh no.
No. So, how is that a fair deal that he's got to make $1 million a month to get something that is fairly
It's the same way. It's the same. It has to be the same way, because whatever you're.
She didn't ask you.
Oh my god. Let her come. Halloween night.
Fair and square.
And Steiny, fun story. He bought this bracelet for Kyle's birthday, and Kyle was like, "Bro, that's. I'm not gonna wear it."
Sorry, bro. Yeah, I don't drink. So
Just
doesn't
not
matter.
just drinks, bro. Anything.
Yeah, but like if you were
wait,
when you lived
Diddy,
this life,
even
no.
try, bro. Have you ever had a guy just pay for you?
Think. Do you mind if I have some time to think about it?
Sure.
Okay.
So wouldn't men be not as equal by not having?
It's all about the prefrontal cortex. So I got to ask you,
they
if
still
this is
develop a prefrontal cortex.
yes, but not correctly, right? Not correctly. So just bait
Males.
Wouldn't it
And
also
that's
be
like an
unreported?
incorrect data point. Like,
For
yeah.
lesbian women?
I just think it's no, because I think that like women would be.
All right, thank you, Giovanni. Appreciate it.
Wait.
And then we do have SS.
The house, let's drink. If she secretly wants your man, is she your friend? Question mark. Let them respond before going to my second message. So,
Let's
if she
hang
did all that, is she your friend? So she had like an ulterior motive.
Feelings you're probably going to have. Okay. Here's the competencies to be successful, both different from a boy and a girl. And what I want to get you to have after you have those competencies.
Who are 23 and older are going for 18-year-olds, especially 18-year-olds that are. There's 18-year-olds that are still in high school.
So?
They're graduating high school. So you think someone in high school?
So then you think everybody should get drafted?
Throw the Equal Rights Amendment up there.
No.
Because if
Why
everybody's
do we
equal,
need the
then there
Equal
should
Rights
be no
Amendment?
problem. If we,
Scripture here for sex would work across the board for everybody.
transgender female wouldn't say that she has female genitalia.
They would not say that they are females biologically.
What about
they're
that?
going to do
It's that you set like a precedent where, well, you set a precedent of like, you know, violence where my friends don't feel safe.
She has a greater desire. No, there's another word I'm thinking of. A greater urgency.
Okay, so then by this criteria, hang on, you ready? By this criteria, we both have jobs, we both drive in cars, we both walk down streets.
074-120.
We both have hair.
And don't pay attention to the words at all, and you're going to have a much clearer understanding of where your relationship is.
Yes.
Does that make sense? If he can, if he keeps calling you at, midnight, that means he doesn't respect you as a long-term partner. But you just pay it.
Well, right. So this is the thing. I don't think that it's correct to say that your dad had to sign off on the tube tying either.
I'm saying that
it's to anybody who wants to identify as a woman.
Right.
It is a change in the very definition of what we just have all agreed as a woman.
So this said, there can be no discrimination based upon sex.
Violence Against Women Acts. Federal laws in the U.S. that increase penalties for violence against women but not men.
Your thoughts?
That those younger women were being groomed or something like this, and by some type of super predator who brainwashed them. I would expect that you would see those relationships have a much bigger longevity than simply.
Tell you about the painting.
But
I have to introduce
you still represent yourself while you're on the show. You understand that, right?
Yeah,
and also,
but
everything you say here stays on the internet forever. And also, just to let you know, if you had a problem with anything you said previously,
more than any man does. He just talks, everyone will shut the fuck up. The second a woman speaks, she has
because
to
he's
really,
accomplished
really,
more
really,
than all
really,
you girls
really,
at the
really
table.
work
That's why.
hard
There's
for
a
it.
difference. Look, hold on.
Just because he was a man, though.
Yeah, but
because oftentimes the 18-year-old in question is being groomed.
Oh, well, this is interesting. Wait a second. That's
that didn't decide to have sex with them. A dude would still be like, okay, you're a whore because you didn't wait long enough till I'm in a relationship.
yeah, I don't think most guys are going to do. If you wait 3 weeks or 2 weeks, I don't think guys are like, well,
Yeah,
it
they wouldn't wait
was
around.
18 days and.
they have to because they're men.
Okay, they should have to.
Because they're men. Yes.
So then, shouldn't trans women?
Trans women should what?
Shouldn't.
Wrap my mind around the table. Go ahead, finish. I'll ask my question again. So you're saying you would never put her at a table that's a money-making table, just a conversation table, like a representation of you table. You would never.
Well, what do they want to do with you?
They don't want to smash.
Disagree with an opinion. That doesn't mean we're going to base a law off of my opinion.
Okay, so
I don't speak for an entire country.
Okay, so you don't think.
I speak for me.
So
and I think that that's gross.
Yeah, you just think
It's not to amend the 19th Amendment, but to pass legislation to change the definition of woman. So if you read it
Yeah, before that.
okay.
Thank you, Brian. Good name.
When you're thinking about immutable characteristics, basically, the law at the constitutional level has been completely changed so that people with immutable characteristics are protected via those before they reach 18.
Before they reach 18, if they're fully transitioned, then yeah, I would think so.
They don't.
Okay.
I'm not sitting here and saying that there isn't 30-year-olds that are dating 18-year-olds and they have a healthy dynamic. I'm not saying that that.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just looking for this idea. If you tell me.
Thank you. Oh, Brian is gross. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Brian is gross. Appreciate it. Thank you. Call me Kyle. Guys, twitch.tv/whatever. Drop us a follow and a friend sub if you have one. If you're watching on YouTube.
I'm not going to get on that ball unless I become a billionaire and add value back. That's the reality. Women have pretty privilege. Fantastic. And I'm acknowledging it.
Pretty privilege is not a fucking thing. So frustrating because they're like, oh, women have no credibility. Women don't. Doesn't matter what they say.
I never said that.
Women, yes, you have.
I never said that on
multiple times.
credibility.
You don't believe that women have important things to say, and everyone believes.
Would occur.
I think, isn't it true that if the ERA passed Roe versus Wade would have been protected more so?
What does that have to do with rights between men and women?
You guys think is she your friend? Yes or no?
No, if she's coming to my house with my
But she secretly wants your guy? It's a no?
Absolutely not.
Bad intentions.
I think that's a no from everybody.
For
huh?
everyone.
Yeah. Okay, I guess
so obvious.
let's see a second.
Violence against women actually not protecting women. It's just a name. If you're involved in politics, if you follow this for a long time, you know that they pass these bills and they put these bills up solely that so.
I don't think it's a wrong thing. I don't think it's a wrong thing.
You're not.
Maybe,
You're upset
maybe
that
the right.
men
love to gift me shit, brother.
I just think
They
that
love it.
where I
They
come
love
from, we
it.
don't take gifts.
I call y'all liars all night.
Okay, so
But that's why we don't use an argument from infidelity. If you say to me, I don't think.
What about an argument from experience?
I don't think that happens. If you say to me, I don't think that happens.
What if it actually happens?
I've tried to articulate that.
Well, I think that's fair. What
yeah,
about the
that's
ERA? What about the ERA will make women equal to men?
It passes.
Yeah, but what could on experience? There would be no test we could give for experience.
No.
So if you're looking for physicality, the prefrontal lobe is it.
For physicality, yes.
Well, then if that is
A lot.
I know, it's
Majority.
sad. But no, there's a few unicorns out
price
there.
pick.
There's a few unicorns. You'll find them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you have found them already.
Well, do you think it depends on the
Your fucking
relationship they
tactics.
have with their baby mom? Why it's annoying?
Yeah, what were you saying? What were you trying to say then?
Okay, yeah, what I was saying was, I understand what you said. Please.
Nick, pull up the scroll up in the sources, the viewer count. All right, guys, there's 10,000 people watching on YouTube.
Free, he'll separate himself from the competition and win. My sons will win. Empathy will not be a word in my house.
I love that.
What about your daughters? What do you think about them?
No.
That is based
Actually,
17.
16-year-olds
It is not based off of 18 is fully formed. Your brain is not fully
Wait,
formed
so
until
just to be clear,
25.
you're fine.
Now I'm not
Wait.
saying that any
Everybody
26
never made such an argument. Brian most certainly never made such an argument. The argument that we're making is very specific.
Okay.
The argument is that if
Is sin in the Ten Commandments.
Bruh.
That's literally, that's.
You do not just see
I'm just looking at
your
everyone's
logic here is
faces.
flawed.
What
so
happened in real
what
life,
you
bro?
want is your preferences. What we want is insecure.
Okay, I guess.
To them being drafted, I suppose.
so you're the thing is the epitome of the straw man now, right? To create the arguments against people who never made them. So I so most certainly.
Do men
Well,
have that
well,
women?
maybe we could talk about like constitutionally then, because like I told you, I don't have the rights. I'm not more prepared, and I'm very sorry about that.
So what rights do women have that men don't? I'll give you a bit more time to think about it. Nick, can you pull up the view count really quick, guys? There's 10,000 of you, about 10,000 of you watching on YouTube. 16.
You can't discriminate on the
What is
basis
the
of sex.
19th Amendment?
I don't know what the 19th Amendment is. Do you want to tell me?
Can you pull up the 19th Amendment so we can read?
But so
Stream every moment of Paris 2020.
To the side, he's like, you didn't actually win, but I'm still picking you. Oh. But no, I did win. I saw the chat. I did win. They're all whatever. But he didn't buy it for me. That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't buy it.
use the word manipulation.
no. You made the claim that younger women are easy to manipulate, but I could say that
They are.
right. But hold on. I am making the argument that this
Like
other
very, very often.
actually, so I can make another argument. So a woman who's say 33 and still single, she is perhaps because of the time clock when it comes to pregnancy. Look, you can get.
If you really love your daughter, you're gonna coach her up on the things that high-level men are looking for, and where to navigate to not make those mistakes, like fucking in a car at Lyft. Like you have to talk your daughter through that. Hey, maybe you should
Say what's on his mind in a concise manner that everyone can understand. No, that's a skill set.
Well, I'm Latin, so yeah, like when you go into somewhere and you listen to literally anything, no one will listen to the web.
It makes way more sense because as men, we don't need to play those emotional games where we triple guess ourselves. When we want to ask you on a date, you know what we do? We ask you on a date.
Always.
When we don't want to date.
Right.
Would you
don't
give
think
me?
a 30-year-old
Would you give
taking
me?
advantage of an 18-year-old
Yeah. So I'm
is
asking.
wrong?
So I'm asking you to make moral.
Hi
argument
there,
like
good
I just did.
afternoon.
Right.
My name is Nima Salari. Is Vigor?
What if I called you insecure because these are your preferences?
Well, what should my preferences be
No.
if you were a girl?
Oh, see, it doesn't make sense, right? Because that's your natural preferences, right? Height.
You could manipulate somebody at an older age for other reasons.
Yes, that's also disgusting and predatory. But also,
Right, so
that's,
but why
but
do you
that's
Stuff in my drink so many times that I can't drink anything. When I go out in public, people put so much shit in my drink because I'm a fucking target. Oh my god, I'm so a target.
So many drinks.
No,
Like, excuse me, right? I mean, you gotta have.
I mean, I like nice skins. Yes.
So
Tell
what
me.
does the guy got to make bare minimum for you then?
A year.
No, don't ask me that because it's gonna be.
It's our preference.
But when
Men
you give
want
into
multiple
temptation,
women.
that's the double.
How about you not give it to temptation and get a guy that makes $10 a month?
Because I would be not be.
Okay. See, logic makes 0 sense.
That those types of relationships failed more than relationships within a similar age. They couldn't find any significant deviation whatsoever.
I would assume they wouldn't.
Why?
I'm gonna make sure that my man knows how to manage his money. Like, babe, do you have an accountant? You know what I'm saying? Because you can make whatever. Just have good money management.
That's important.
And
Smash?
I only smash if we're in a relationship.
Oh.
My ex-boyfriend. What do you mean? Find a man that I thought, bro. I have the cleanest name.
Yeah, Mike, please.
Damn, why?
I found a dating app on his phone.
What do you have, Tinder? What? Hinge. Oh, shit, he was serious then.
Money
Okay, I don't
should
know.
be about real life, real feelings, real
No,
fucking
of
people.
course, of
Bro,
course.
you're just a
There's
fake, living a
levels to
fake
it.
life, bro.
There's levels to it, but I'd be a fucking lying if I said money doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm never gonna be a liar.
That's a fair
I'm not a
argument.
liar.
It happened, but it shouldn't have. It
Yeah,
should
I'm
not
not
be a
sure
thing.
that it did happen. If we're just using
Okay, well,
infidelity,
you're just gonna call me a liar, then I can just go around the table.
Opportunity to say it, you don't got nothing to say.
Did you?
I'll call a spade a spade. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just. You got something to respond to that?
I feel like she was probably gonna say something in line with what he was
the
gonna say.
United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Meaning,
Holman?
Did you say you wanted to say something? You?
10 wives.
Okay.
Yeah, you were trying to say something before.
Nah, it's good.
I mean, you were.
Whoever else can go.
You were
Watch this simple trick closely. Don't ever buy another pair of glasses until you see what this invention can do. These self-adjustable glasses are taking the world by
Swag would be on 15 kills by now. Most streamers have sticky aim. It is non-existent on console. As his aim hits the player, the aim assist helps a little bit, but doesn't stick to the...
no right to find that men can walk around with their shirt off. There's no right to find that women cannot walk around with their shirt off. There's local ordinances which prevent this. These aren't inalienable rights.
Right, it's not
There's no
the
inalienable
Constitution. We could continue having a conversation, but
Let it go.
okay. I mean,
Supercharge your business.
And set herself up to find the highest level partner that she can as a man, which is completely different than what I would teach a young boy.
Yeah. You can go as friends. So.
Do you have the same friends?
No, not really like that. Like it's like I'm friends with his friends, but they're his friends.
What's
like
the
if we broke up, I would never talk
What's
to
the
him.
Trans men are men.
Fine.
And when you break that down,
Even if I say that,
yeah.
nobody's going to dispute that there's only two sexes. If there's only two sexes, the 19th Amendment said
women already have, at least it's my position, are constitutionally equal to men. So even okay, but so you're
the earliest thing that you do that he doesn't do.
I don't know because he lets me paint his nails. He puts eyeliner on, and honestly,
so the
it's the
girliest
most
thing you do.
attractive thing I've ever.
Should have passed no problem. That's all I have to say about the Equal Rights Amendment.
But
that's it. That's all I have to say. I can't articulate more than that. That's my point.
But, I mean,
and then I also think that women
pregnant, well into your late 30s, 40s, I can actually just make this argument about easier to manipulate a woman who's a little more pressed to get.
What was denied? The right for trans men to be trans women and all of us to be the same thing, because that's how she explained it. Is that it's to universal, like all of us, to make trans.
And I won, and the girls wanted to fucking kill me.
So you can say you want a bracelet.
No, everyone said because
He
I was.
didn't give it to you.
Well, Steiny pulled me in the bus, and it really hurt me because I really loved him. But I'm just crazy. Call me selfish.
So do you want kids?
Yeah, I want kids.
You do your own kids.
You don't like
listen.
child?
Okay, so what I was gonna say.
I'm into this shit now.
I don't.
Attractiveness comes first. Attractiveness comes first, and it's a lot of women are moderately attractive and can get any guy.
But we're not capped through attractiveness.
And it doesn't make life easier.
Constitutionally equal to men, and you cannot point to a bill just by virtue of the title of the bill, it not passing being evidence that women aren't constitutionally equal to men.
How is something called the equal right?
I mean, we're talking. I want to hear your just chime in. I guess. I mean, it doesn't have to be now. I guess maybe you didn't want to say anything on that one, but
One thing I would tell you about the go back to talking to sons, right?
Making a very broad blanket statement.
Because
I'm not making a broad blanket statement. I'm saying this is a problem that is happening. There are men that are doing this. Not all men.
So when are women
Not all
adults? When? When are they adults? A lot of times.
Being very, very toxic dynamic.
Well, essentially,
this is just something that we have
essentially
seen.
every relationship now is set up in a toxic dynamic because most of these marriages are ending in divorce. So they seem like.
Bro, call it shame, bro. Chill, bro.
All taking streamers are right in the thick of it. They send 50% of their winnings to the corrupt admin.